Well, let's cut to the chase. Do you think Galen Rupp will make the 2024 U.S. Olympic marathon team? There's a long pause there. I'm going to answer this. I do. Like his talent level is significantly higher than this. This isn't Japan we're talking about. We're talking about the U.S., where you never know which person that was born in East Africa might get some citizenship between now and the trials. But the people that were born here have a real hard time breaking 210, and Galen Rupp doesn't. And the Aaron Super Shoes, I agree with him. I think his PR should be significantly faster than what it is. This is an Olympic medalist in the marathon, but last year only 6 Americans broke 210. Rupp was one of them at Worlds. Like on a limited build-up injured, he runs 209 at Worlds. The year before that, he ran 206.35, I think, for second in Chicago. Like that's like a disappointing performance because he doesn't run faster. Like he's just so much higher than everybody else. This isn't Japan. I was looking it up. Brett Lerner has it up. He had some tweet like how many U.S. men would make the marathon grand championships, their Olympic trials. There's 62 men in Japan that have done that. So I mean, all 62 are well under 210. I don't know if they're all under. Even they might even be under. Are they all under 209 as well? Let's see here. There's 62 men that have made their trials. Looks like all but like 12 of them have broken 209 in the marathon. So they've got like 50 guys that have broken 209, and we have like two.
It's sort of amazing the lack of depth in American marathoning. Because if you take out super shoes, I mean, this almost goes back to like 2000 when we sent one guy to the Olympic trials. I don't know. People nowadays would say, "Oh, it's much better than it was back then." I'm not so sure because we had some powder essentially going into the gun at that stage because we had Meb at the 10K, we had Abdi at the 10K, and now just the lack of depth is astounding. So I tend, you're right, limited buildup, not a lot of depth, and the incentive to put it together. Galen Rupp, when's he ever not put it together when he had to? Sort of like make a US team? Pretty much never. So let's throw Donavan Brazier into this mix. Do you think he makes the Olympic team? I guess who is more likely to make the team next year for you? Rupp or Brazier?
Wow, that's a good one because Brazier's so much younger, and it's like it would be peak Brazier if he was healthy, whereas Rupp is older. But I think Rupp is relatively healthier right now. We know he can at least run, so I'm going to have to say Galen Rupp. If they both are on the starting line at the trials, I'm going to say, um, even then, I'm tempted to say Rupp, but I think they're both going to make it. To be honest, like look at the US 800 list. We only had two guys under 145 last year. That's nothing for Donovan Brazier. This is a guy you said. Well, then that he could miss two Olympic teams. He did also miss the 2016 Olympic team. That was when he came out as a star in college and then sort of flamed out there. So he's flamed out in these Olympic years. I just think that he's got enough time, even if he doesn't try to rush things, like take a full year from the Achilles, 146. If this guy's training for 6 months uninterrupted, he easily makes the Olympic team. So yes, I think he's going to make it. I think his odds are slightly higher than Rupp's.
I was about to go the other direction. I think Rupp's odds are more like higher to make the team, as you said, because he's healthy now.
Okay, yeah,
But
yeah, you're right. You're right.
to do something at the Olympics,
Oh,
Brazier, 100%. I mean, Brazier, I still see a potential for a gold medal for him. Rupp, no, 0% chance. Let's see. It's in Paris, tough course. Like, could he like sneak a bronze? I mean, what the hell? If Meb Keflezighi could get fourth at the London Olympics, wait, Meb won Boston after that? But Meb defies logic, so I like Brazier's chances much better at the actual Olympics. I think I slightly like Rupp's chances a little better to get there, but if Brazier's running, he doesn't need to rush back this year, Robert. He rushed last year for the home worlds. I think the biggest mistake Donovan Brazier can make is taking any chances this year. Get 100% healthy, even if it's by like September and you don't rush back for USA's the 1st of July. Take your time. if he's running healthy, like 145 by the end of the year, I'm putting him on the Olympic team next year, no problem, no questions asked. So think big picture. Both those guys have earned the right to think big picture.
All right, let's turn to the stars of this weekend.